Hi everyone, here's another video. I did actually do one last month, but unfortunately it somehow didn't get up on YouTube, so I'm doing this one. Showing off the albums I bought the last month or two. Yeah. So yeah, I managed to buy these three, which is out of order, but these three Jethro Tull albums: Songs from the Wood, um, Heavy Horses, and Stormwatch. Um, yeah, I quite like the Songs from the Wood. Really love Heavy Horses, but maybe I'm not really sure about this one. Not particularly sold on it. I know it's regarded by some as an underrated album. Um, got another album for my sort of folk collection. This is I think this is a debut album by I think it's his debut album by Martin Carthy, self-titled album. I haven't had a particularly. I've listened to the first side. Uh, there's some interesting songs on there. The Trees They Do Grow High, which in High Germany were sort of done by Pentangle, so I'm quite familiar with those songs. But yeah, a nice addition. Yeah, this is another one which was. I mean, this one was a Record Store Day release from 2015 because the same year they released and Briggs. Um, Here's one that I couldn't actually get that time back in 2015. Saints Eternally Yours. This is a real sort of classic punk album. Probably one of my favourites. I mean, there's not a bad track on there. It's yeah. I've got this off Discogs. This is Santa Denny, like an old-fashioned waltz. This is a pink rim copy. I've been looking for one for ages. This one has the only one that has the sort of embossed artwork. Really pleased to get this. It's not mint, but it's finding a half decent copy of that. An original copy is very hard to find. Next up, yeah, got this for £10 on Amazon. Really pleased to find this for cheap. Really enjoyed this album. This is E-pop, post-pop, depression. This is the album where he's worked with Joshua Homme on there, and it has his fingerprints all over it. You can hear his backing vocals very clearly in there. It's yeah, I think this is probably one of the better ones he's done in the last 20 years. Really pleased with it. I've got a couple of Ramones albums. These are very good pressings. I got this one for a tenner recently. I think it's still a tenner on Amazon. Yeah. Oh, I mean, the first four albums that he did are just amazing. But I think around about until the early 80s, they did do a pretty good run of albums. I think it's only by sort of 1983, 86, that time when they started to go a bit downhill. Well, I do actually like their last couple of albums. This was £6. This is Opeth Hell Communion. Not really a progressive metal fan myself. A lot of the bands like Dream Theater I've never really liked. But I know they have their fans on the PC. I understand that. But Opeth, they are actually pretty good. I wasn't blown away, but I did actually quite enjoy this record. Like Moon Above, Sun Below, what else? River. There's a certain folkiness and a certain jazziness to it. It's sort of progressive rock done well. You know, it doesn't sound like arena rock or anything like that. It doesn't sound too polished. It's a pretty good album. So next up, Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz. This is the 30th anniversary reissue. They recently brought this out again. This is probably my second favourite Ozzy record. It's pretty darn good. It's a shame that Randy Rhoads died so young. He's a brilliant guitarist, and his work with Ozzy, you know, Ozzy's never been able to replicate that. Yeah, this one's Dexys, that the record show Dexys do Irish and country soul. Um, Again, this album isn't bad, um, but it is a bit sentimental, I suppose. But I mean, this is an album of cover versions, and there's some that are quite impressive. You know, Carrick Fergus, Curve of Kildare, but there's some that aren't, and they do. I know they do that Leanne Rose song, "How Do I Live," and they also do the Bee Gees song "To Love Somebody." It's not a patch on some of the other versions out there. So yeah, got the latest Swans album. As soon as it was announced, I pretty much pre-ordered a copy. I do actually quite enjoy this album, but I do understand why Michael Gira wants to sort of disband the group and think up things all over again. They have got into a formula, long tracks that are very repetitive. But I mean, this is a solid album. This is quite a good album actually. The first 3 tracks are about sort of 20 minutes long each. The first half of the album is pretty good. There are a couple of tracks that may be a bit boring. They just don't lead to much. But yeah, it's there's more good about it than there's bad. So yeah, got these yesterday. The latest Peter Gabriel reissues. So it's So, Us, and Up. Really pleased with these reissues. I know a lot of audiophiles find them a bit too loud, a bit too shrill, but no, really happy to have these. So is a great album. Us is a very underrated album actually. It's not without its flaws, but there could have been a bit of pruning, I suppose, in this one, but it's a good album. And Up, I'm not really sure about. It meanders a bit, but I'm just happy to have this one on vinyl. This one's so expensive to find. Original pressings are 150 to 200. You can't get this originals of this for I don't know under £40 mint. I mean, I saw one for £25, but it wasn't in the best of shape. I mean, obviously you can find copies of this for next to nothing in charity shops, but no. So I'm really pleased with them. I don't know if Peter Gabriel's going to re-release any more of his albums, but yeah. So that's about all I've got. I mean, next month I've looked at the release dates and there doesn't seem to be much to get excited about, which I'm fingers crossed it might give me a chance to sort of cut back on the spending. But Dinosaur Jr. are releasing an album in August, which I'm really, really looking forward to. You know, I have all their albums on vinyl, so I'll more or less be buying that. But apart from that, there isn't a great deal going on. But so yeah. So yeah, until the next Vinyl Finds video, goodbye.